everybody, I'm Emma,
And I'm Allie.
and today we're going to tell you how not to cry in APUSH. So first you're going to watch a short little video and come back here and we'll give you all our tips and tricks.
Alright, so first up is day in the life of an A-pusher. When you walk in on the first day of your AP class, you are going to be overwhelmed, but don't worry. Mr. Tyler will say, "Good morning, everybody," and then he will tell you the story of W.C. Fields saying, "Don't jump to conclusions," which you will hear every day for 36 weeks.
And you think we're kidding, but we're not.
We're not. Just go with it. You will then have an opening discussion about the world's current events or Mr. Tyler's current events, but he always relates it back somehow to what you're doing that day. He'll eventually digress and you will start the lesson for the day. At the very, very end of class, while you're walking out the door, he will tell you the homework that will probably take you at least an hour to do, so always listen till the last second.
So these are some primary sources that you're going to be reading. Now I know you've heard all of these documents, but do you really know what they're about? Well, don't worry, because Mr. Tyler's going to tell you. So first, the Constitution will haunt you for the rest of your APUSH life. Mr. Tyler has a little class set for this very purpose, and you're going to relate them back to everything you do.
Everything.
And be prepared for 20 pages of teeny tiny font, front and back, in 18th century language, all in one night. Yeah, he made fun of me for it. You're going to be reading a lot of Lincoln, because it's his favorite, and he knows everything about Lincoln. You're going to read about the Founding Fathers, which is another favorite, and the Federalist Papers will be the worst thing you read the entire year. You're going to read every president's inaugural speech and the farewell address
From George Washington.
and so many more, though we don't have the time or space to tell you.
So, you're going to have some new BFFs in APUSH. The first one is John Green, and he is your number one, and you will watch every single one of his APUSH videos. Also, Adam Norris and Tom Ritchie also make videos, and they are great, and they are really good to just review and help you learn. Quizlet will also be your best friend, and it's really helpful to use that. And it's going to feel like you have 17 APUSH textbooks, and they feel like they could weigh like 17 textbooks. In reality, there's 3, but they're still so long, and you will actually use them. And then your new BFFs will be the bobbleheads that are probably the most amusing and funny thing that you will do all year, and they are great. Teaching AmericanHistory.org is a really good source to help you because that allows you not to print off 20 pages and you can just read them online. And then lastly, Howard Zinn is a person that writes a book from a different perspective on history, and you'll use him a lot. Men Who Built America is another one because you will watch that in class, and it really sticks in your brain. And then your fellow A-pushers will become your best friends because they're going to go through the struggle with you.
We're going to tell you some Tyler-isms. These things you will hear for 36 weeks, and probably more, if you haven't heard them already. So, you'll hear the same jokes at least 20 times. Just laugh, he's an old man, he knows it. He's going to tell you to throw shoes, but nobody has ever done it. Things happen, we'll leave it up to you to maybe change that. He's working on his master's degree at Ashland University, and you will be along for the ride. You'll do webinars with his professors, you might hear about some papers he's written, whatever. You're going to hear about his wife and 3 sons, Chris, Ben, and Alex. We've never met them, but we know basically their whole life stories. He's going to talk about Lincoln and everything about him. He'll say, on the AP exam you will have to fill in the blank. I've been reading a lot on, or in my history book club, fill in the blank. And remember September 17th. I'm not going to tell you why, just be prepared.
Also, he'll tell you about Back in My Day. And you'll listen to a lot of music from Bruce Springsteen. It is his absolute favorite. You'll also hear about Ray Charles, and you'll listen to the Erie Canal song, which is by Bruce Springsteen, but it's really good, and we've listened to it hundreds of times, so we felt like it needed its own point. You'll also hear about his family heirlooms, or see them, because he's got some in his classroom, and they relate back to the history, and they're actually really interesting. He'll also tell you about his crazy college days, which were not that crazy, but they're still funny. And he's an Eastern North Carolina fan. That's where he went to college, and he really tells you about the hometown feel that he got.
So in May, you're going to be taking this AP test. So here's what to expect. The AP test is 2 parts, the multiple choice and short answer, followed by the DBQ and long essay. The multiple choice is 55 questions in 55 minutes, but they're not your typical multiple choice questions. The short answer is 4 questions in 50 minutes, and be sure to answer parts A, B, and C.
Very important.
The DBQ, or document-based question, is 7 documents with a prompt. Be sure to hit every part of the rubric in 55 minutes. The long essay is a choice between 2 prompts in 35 minutes. And the good news is, you won't have to come back to school when it's over.
You can go and get some food.
And don't worry if you don't get a 5. Not many people do. And you only need a 3 to pass and get college credit.
So take it from us. Here are some study tools that we like to use. Timelines are great help, especially when you're reviewing, and it's really nice to see it all laid out in front of you. Adam Norris, again, his videos are really good for review. And Mr. Tyler will tell you to do textbook study guides where you have to write out points about every single paragraph, but you need to do them because they are so helpful and so important. So you should really do those. I know they take a long time, but it's really important. And remember, you are smart enough to do this. It might not seem like it some days, but you are, and you just have to have confidence. And then when you need some comic relief, listen to the New Deal Uptown Funk parody. It's hilarious.
Now here are just some quotes to show what the people that have done this have been through and what they think. So the first one is from me, saying, "You'll cry, but it's worth it. Trust me, it is." And APUSH is not only an excellent, reasonable course to take in order to earn college credit, but also a fun, engaging, and perspective-changing class that will have you laughing and learning all year long. From Maya Whitehead. Even though you may cry, it's going to be a lot of fun and the most relaxing AP class you will take. And improve my academic skills like reading and writing, so it's not just history. From Savannah Hancock. APUSH has given me a great love for history. I think I even became more patriotic because of it. Mr. Tyler is the best teacher you could ever have. He'll get you through the course and make sure you understand everything. Go AP! Riley Atkinson.
Some more quotes are, "At first it seems like it's going to be overwhelming, and for